We do it live. Here, let's see if I can get the people in here. What we gonna do? Get the people what they want. Get the people what they want. See if I can get some people in here. Post it out. Post it out. Okay. I should wait till I get to the house and do this, but actually trying to, get some people in and do a little talk. Everybody broadcasting, you know. So trying to hurry up and get a little live in here. What's up, Gold Professor? What's up, Professor? Hey, is that link in there? Okay, there we go. Gold Professor, what's going on, brother?
What? What?
Man, I wanted to drop one real quick, man. I wanted to come back up and talk talk for a little bit, man.
Finally, finally.
Yeah, man. It's a little quick one, man. I'm trying to just set it up, have a little dialogue, talk about some things because I don't know where we going, man. Like who getting on the bus and coming with us? Cause it ain't that many of us coming, man, down this path.
Right? Right?
Hey, man, it's only a select few, man. It is only a select few.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing these brothers in these spaces, man, and like I told DS1 the other day, the brotherhood and the sisterhood is almost starting to be the same, you know. And I apologize to BGS if he catch this because I haven't been in this space a long time. But I'm seeing these guys trying to get brownie points, just like the girls, man. So I'm trying to figure out what are we doing because BGS and a lot of other guys have laced the game with some, good information for guys to get out here, kind of build, move a certain way, live through life a certain way, man. And I'm trying to see what is going to be the main focus going into 2021 because if we not building the community, what are we going to be doing? Like I said, I promote that men need to find their happiness. If a woman is not on your page, then you kind of, go with a different woman. And if you have a woman on your page, you need to consider what is the next step. And ultimately, the elders should be the ones that are kind of guiding these guys through. Everybody can make rational decisions. Even I believe in most cases, some of the elders might be even the worst people to give information because they're only talking from their experiences and not having an open mind to where you'll have a guy at 20 years old doing the same thing you were doing in your 40s. You know, you just now coming into yourself at a certain age to where you getting money, you gain a little notoriety, you gain a little respect, but you have women doing it and men at a younger age. What's going on, reigning woman? Hey, go professor. I don't want to hear
Yes,
nothing
sir.
at you tonight. Right?
I,
She in. Hey, all right, I'm just making
I,
sure now.
that
Hey,
ain't me,
hey,
man.
I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna mute you up. I put you in timeout now. Hey, but yeah, man. When it come down to it, man, like I'm trying to figure it out. Cause like I say, I have a son. He's he roam around in these YouTube streets. You know, he wants to start his little gaming channel, but he comes over here and dibble dabbles, hear what I got to say and other people. And if my son come back and tell me that the guys in the space that I think are giving him information to better his life, and he comes to me and say, well, you know, I ain't never getting married because these women don't offer nothing for me and for the community. And I'm gonna look at my son. First thing I'm gonna ask him, who told you this and what's his name? We gonna talk, because I'm promoting that. Everybody can find that love that's best for them on their kind of playing field. Everybody, you know, to a certain extent, what's going on, Tone? When it comes down to it, man, I want people to be happy. If you desire to never be married, that's your thing to be happy. Like I said, in this space, there are a lot of guys in this space that don't want to get married. Like earlier, there was a guy giving information, telling this young man, don't get married. These women are this. They could cheat. They could this. They could that. And, I got it from Hugo, Professor, when, guys started saying certain things, I threw a grenade out there. And I was like, well, do you have a woman? He said, I got a couple. I said, that's not what I asked you. I said, do you have a woman? He said, well, I got a couple of females I deal with. I said, okay.
He
You
said
gonna
they're
be
in rotation. He have
yeah, yeah,
females.
yeah. Same thing. Couple of females is the same thing I'm saying. They're in rotation. That's the logist of it. In rotation means I got a couple, I got a few. And ultimately, when I asked him about the kid scenario, no, he don't have kids. And when I asked him, do he want to get married? He said no. Right? So ultimately, how is a man that don't want to get married giving advice to a man that wants to get married? That don't make no sense. That's like uh, that's like me giving advice to a man about uh driving a motorcycle, and I don't drive a motorcycle. And oh yeah, we're gonna speak to that behavior about you and Nikki, boy, because when you play that song, man, hey, you was a whole nother brother right there, man. Hey, I was like, who is this? Hey, hey, I thought you was finna jump on the bike, you leave out, run out of work, and go get on Nikki right then.
Hey, I was feeling like that. I was
Hey, hey,
I was
I
feeling like that.
I heard you, bro. Hey, you was to it, man. That's the hey, you got that passion like that, man. I seen it, but yeah, man. But that's what I'm looking at, guys. Giving advice and the wrong advice at that. I can't tell a man how to ride a bike, and I've always driven a car. You know, I
Right,
I can tell you information about motorcycles, how they look, maybe how to switch a gear to my knowledge that I know about switching gears. But ultimately, I can't tell a guy how to ride a bike. You lace down the pocket rockets, the satchels, and the way you ride in pairs. The order of things, of riding the white line. You lace down all those facts. But ultimately, you know, you're knowledgeable about this. That's what I always tell Art when I go on his panel. Like today, I jumped on there. I had a little comment about, my brother getting robbed by a female because they was talking about going overseas and, dealing with the community over there. But other than that, I could speak about going overseas and dealing with communities. But when they were existing talking about the politics, I felt like I didn't want to jump up there because, like I said, if it's not something that I'm kind of more in depth into where I have a little more of a knowledge and well spoken about it, I'm not coming up on the panel. You know,
right,
when
right.
I'm comfortable about giving information. Like I told you, I went to the Brain Trust one time. Those guys were talking about cars. I jumped on there because I like cars. I know different cars, the name. But when they were going into the specs, dealing with the torque power and all that, zero, 0 to 10 and 3.5, these specs, these guys knew to the T. I felt like a fish out of water. You know, I was like one of those kids. When you're dealing with an adult and he's talking about the cube size of the motor, the liters, and I felt like the kid with the little Hot Wheel just said zoom zoom. Every time they give a spec, zoom zoom. That's all I could do. I like cars to the extent of me, the way they drive, the way they feel, how they look, certain critiques in the designs, you know, even with my pickup. I know I have a 4.7 liter Dodge pickup. My other truck is a 5.9. I know the motor size because I go and do things on my truck when I fix it. I know certain things I can fix on my truck. But when I
Mhm.
start thinking about and breaking down other things, it's just certain things that I'm not privy about. When it comes to torque power of my motor, I don't know the torque power. You know, when it comes down to the pounds per I guess on the brake, I don't know that. A lot of guys know those kind of specs. And like I said, to things I don't know about, I don't typically try to speak on. And the young man wanted advice about marriage. Typically you had the guys that were on that were married may have got a divorce or maybe have still been married. You know, if I could do things different, no, I would steady be married because why? That's what I wanted out of life. I wanted the kids. I want to get married at a young age. Most guys don't walk in their purpose until they get a lot older. And that's the thing that Angry Man was talking about. That's why he felt sort of like anxiety or whatever to an extent as he got older about having kids early and being in a relationship. That was my thing. Like I was telling the guys, my pops died at a younger age, and that was the big thing for me was to have a family. You know, honestly speaking, I'm the besides my older brother that had a child, I'm the only one that pretty much like really active right now because my older brother's son, he kind of lost touch with him when he kept going in and out doing this thing, within the system. So far as it stands, my twins are the next generation of my family, and that speaks a lot to me. My brothers, they look at them as the future, because to the extent they can still have kids now, but the older you get, what kind of life you're actually giving to your kids, you know, sustain kind of interaction with them. You can give them wealth, you can give them the money, you can buy them all the things, but can you go out there and play football and basketball with them? Some people are not that active as they get older. You know, I've seen a guy once said that you spend all your time and your health trying to get money, and when you get the money and get older, you spend all your money trying to get your health back, and that speaks volumes to a lot of people that hustle and bustle the daily living, you know, trying to make ends meet.
Yeah. Um, I just simply had put in the chat, or I shot a super chat, and I just said, hey, you know, whatever choice you make, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, whatever choice you make, you, you know, you're gonna have to live with that. Everything has a risk, um, and either you're gonna take the risk or you're not. But when you do take the risk, accept it and move forward. Don't be mad at yourself about taking the risk. You know, you're gonna take it, go with it. You know? So that's essentially what I said. You know, everybody can have their view, their experience, and all like that. But at the end of the day, he's going to have to make a decision and go with it. You know, we all may have similarity, like you driving a car and I riding a bike. Well, the similarity is we're driving something. Okay, that's the similarity. But when we dig down to the details of it, you're in a car and I'm on a motorcycle. We're on two different paths. The similarity is we're driving, yes, but we're still on two different paths. And that's where understanding has to come into. You know, I can tell you all day, look, you know, it's better to shift your your car. You know, when you drive that truck, it's better to shift um, in second versus fourth or first, or whichever one. You know, but for you, you're the one in the car driving it and shifting. So you drive to where it benefits you. It works for you. Because who in the end of the day drives the car? You. And that's what it is.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
the the decisions we make dictate the life we lead, man. You know, everybody knows something about something, but you are the one who has to live it. Now, uh, you know, I always say that I'm about the plight of the black man and his family. Now, look, uh, as a collective of black men, we all deal with a similar issue. Uh, that similar issue is our voice not being heard. We've always been the subject of everything. We've always been the center of all things. See, that's our commonality, and that's something we have to deal with. Now, as far as relationships and all that, well, once again, people are gonna uh, take on whatever relationship they're gonna take on, and they're the ones that have to deal with it, live in it, and whatever happens with that relationship happens. I can tell you all day. Uh, I can tell you all day, hey, don't do that because this is what will happen. Well, there's the possibility that it would happen. But once again, I'm not in that relationship. It may not happen. Have I experienced it? Something similar to that in my relationship? Sure, maybe. But it doesn't say it's going to happen in your relationship or whoever's relationship. You know, so this is something. It's a conversation. JoJo is living his life, and he's making decisions. He has good mentors around him, I would say. You know, I still have mentors, okay, but at the same time, the mentors can't live for you. They can say, "Hey, I want you to think about this because this is what happened to me. This is what I experienced." Right? I can tell you to help you prevent going into something that may be similar to my experience and it be detrimental to your personal being. Tell you that, right? I can tell you that. But in the end, you're going to have to live and find out for yourself. So that's how that goes. You know? Peace to your underrated darkness. Salute. Peace to you, brother.
Peace to you, brother She. Peace to you, Go Professor. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate this.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, there are things that we all have experiences, and um, with those experiences, we our experiences are wisdom, right? Well, how do you gain wisdom? Through knowledge, right? So if I tell you how to do this, that, and that, I'm giving you the knowledge, right? Now you must apply your own wisdom for what I gave you and see how it turns out. Because I can tell you all day how to write your name, but when you write your name, you're gonna write it the way you write it. You know what I mean? You know, you might cross the T a little bit lower than I would cross the T. Yeah, you know, you may print instead of writing in cursive.
Mhm.
You still wrote your name, but
Right.
you did it a little different. So that might be the best way for you. You know, so you know those experiences we can express. We can say, hey, look, don't put your hand in the oven because this is what will happen. Okay, now it's all on you whether you put your hand in the oven. you know. So there you go.
Go ahead, JT. Can I get it out since you're on my channel? Can I get the number one?
Let me do my welcome to my channel, the underrated darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that.
All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
I
hit
had
him
to, I
with.
had to get it on there.
I'm gonna hit him with it. Uh, the number one grinder.
No,
See,
no,
hey,
no.
hey, see,
You messed it up, bro.
I messed it
I'm gonna
Did,
up.
put it. I'm gonna put him in timeout. Let me mute him up real quick.
yeah, put on time out, man.
Yeah,
It's
time him
no,
out,
it's
man.
like no. It's like this. The number one grinder.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. I'll leave that to the number one grinder, man. I won't put no more on that.
Y'all funny.
Let you have that, brother.
Thanks
Let
a
you have.
lot, but Joseph, but thanks for y'all invite me. Brother She, thanks a lot. Then let me tell this before we continue. I don't know y'all was talking about, so y'all feed me in. Yeah, go and sub and support Brother She. He bring a lot to the table. He talk about his experience, talk about life insurance, marriage, and everything. These are the things that we need to talk about, brothers. If we say that we advocate for yourself, that means, yeah, part of it is advocate for yourself, but it's also all about advocate being happy. If that black woman is willing to be within your vision, to do whatever she can to make you happy, and also form a family of the vision, you gonna follow them. Stop listening to these brothers. Do not have no experience. Stop it. Stop listening to these brothers. Don't have no experience of so-called substance. But you want to follow them for years because they talk the same narrative. They've been around, or they're like they big time of their own character. Stop it. It's not getting us nowhere. And then these brothers that me and Go Professor age and even a lot more older, y'all need to be sure of yourselves, man. Stop saying that. Oh yeah. Oh, this need to go. This need to go. Everybody got different journey they walk on.
Yeah.
Just that. Just as you to your journey. You ain't walk right in your journey. They can say the same thing about you. But the thing about it, they still here. So they gotta do what's right for them. Long as you happy, long as you doing the right thing, that's all what counts.
Yeah, man. And when it comes down to it, man, that's why I kind of tell guys. I came to this space for the information, man. You know, life insurance. When I heard Lonzo talking about the life insurance, that's what I'm looking at. When I was even hearing JoJo talking about getting his plumbing through trade, I like that because ultimately guys don't understand. You go to a 4-year college, you're gonna be accrued debt. And technically speaking, it depends on that 4-year college. My son right now, he's down in Valdosta, going to college down there. He's finna trade over to this technical college down there doing what he wants to do with animals, being a veterinarian. And he found a school paying like $10,000, I think, for I think the a certificate or something like that, or a 7,000, whatever. But it's less than him going to the 4 years of going to school, even with the grants and stuff he have. So ultimately, you got to kind of scale and look at things that kind of help you out. Me and my friend, we both didn't go to college, so we got to the point where we started talking about getting different trades. He went into real estate and everything, and he was looking in getting a personal care company. I did mobile transportation to where I can actually still do it now. You know, um, it's just different paths I want to take right now, and I'm doing different things to move around. Like ultimately, the older I get, I'm gonna get into IT, and it's never a late time to get into that. Like I told this one guy, I was explaining to him. I said, man, all you need to do is just get A+ certified, kind of, know how to move around in that space, and then you go from there. You start learning. It's like a learn as you go thing, man. A lot of guys kind of have it to where it's just come natural. When it's certain things that my friend seen me do pick up, that's why he kind of recommended me going into IT. But ultimately, you know, I like trucking because my thing is I don't want to sit at a desk. I'm more of an active person to the point where I know when I get older, that's gonna be something I have to look into. And that's different things. Like, the older generation can learn from the youth just as well as the youth can learn from the older generation. But
Mhm.
you got to come in with an open mind. You got to come in with an open mind to where the older generation not saying these punk kids know everything, and the younger generation got to go in with an open mind saying that these old guys can't teach me nothing. We the wave of the future. I hear so many guys come with these little talking points, and I look at them as being disrespectful. You know, you got here by the skin of your, like they say, chinny chin chin. You know, yeah, you probably made it through. You got to be 20, 21. You know, you kind of got bruised up a little bit. Now you feel as if you're a man. And it speaks to what Anchorman was talking about. It's certain things you haven't lived through, and I'm trying to prevent you from going through. Now, ultimately, it's going to be up to you to jump in that fire. That's your choice. But ultimately, if I give you the keys to let you pick and choose what you want to do, it's ultimately your choice.
Well, uh, there was a time, and it still exists, whereas the black man, especially, I speak heavily about that, the
Mhm.
black man and his family. Uh, Whereas the black man, his lifespan wouldn't reach past 25. Now, here we are. You know, you have underrated who's 54. You have me who's 51. You have you as 38. Um, you know, we've physically lived through things to make it to this age. So, but we still battle with with things like having a voice. And when as we gain a voice, there are going to be people who desire to have a voice as well, as far as age wise, and speak their view. And some of it may be immature, and some of it may be foolish. But I just say that when you finally have a voice in something, the lesson is learning how to use your voice. The experience is learning how to use your voice and using it to where it makes sense, and it is helping the direction, the plight of the black man and his family. You're gonna, many people have many experiences, and they hadn't had a voice to express what their experience is. So here we are, uh, expressing it in these spaces, and we're still um, subject to all the vitriol against our voice. So here we are.
Wanna talk about something under it? Get in.
Well, I just want to build on what brother Go Fast is talking about. It's just that they are certain voices of these men spaces that they want to hear. And we got to understand that we're dealing with people that they want their voices to hear. But what's the right voices that what's the right voices that is willing that they want to deal with that have substance, not the ones that have all the views, not the ones who had like the big following. And I'm not saying that they give out great information because they do. But when I talked to you earlier, brother Rashid, and Go Professor, I want y'all to hear this. Other people hear this. They are there are also channels that get out great information, like Brother Sheed, right? Go Professor, myself, Tom Malone, then Rainy Woman. But I just want to stick to the brothers that. Oh, shout out to Green Machine. Keep on being there for us as brothers. Appreciate that. These are the voices when I just mentioned. These brothers don't majority of these brothers do not want to hear because when we talk to these brothers in a truthful way, they gotta back up that narrative that they've been talking about for years. And there's hardly no growth on that. See, there are quite a few brothers in these spaces feel that like Go Professor and even you, Brother She, we talk about life experience. And when you talk about it and then when you build on it, they figure that you're weak. Or you instead of being a man. But they fail to understand that you don't have it figured out. See, going through life experience for me, it's a marathon. Like I said on my channel, it's an eternal growth until it's your time to go. Quite a few of these brothers sad thing about it. We said we support each other. We said we want to branch out, but we don't. And and the sad thing about it, like the late Curtis Mayfield, we think of Black and Blue. It's something like that. Back in his first LP back in 1970. And when he said that we gonna cause our own genocide as people, if we don't straighten up and to respect each other as black men, I'm not saying you don't have to like him, because some of us we ain't gonna like each other, but being cordial, respect his existence, we gonna cause our own genocide. And instead of the collective ones gonna suffer, we all gonna suffer. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, I know I ain't gonna be able to see this now. Yeah, because I want to actually go in and look at some quotes and everything about life insurance real quick, just to kind of give a little depth. But I'm gonna do this another time because it's late, and I just wanted to get some information, man, because dealing with health, a lot of people don't take health too serious till it's late. You know, Same way I kind of push more or less with the life insurance because, like I say, it's more or less with generational wealth, man. You got to be able to pass them on to the next generation. You know, Nephews, nieces, or something. Something in the will to where you give them something of value. Whether you have a baseball collection, you can give them that. Just even with yourself of getting life insurance for yourself or not burdening people to the untimely demise, man. You know how many people in our society right now that if something happened to them, they don't know. And everybody always think I'm gonna live forever. They don't plan. That's what I kind of bring to the table, try to promote guys to kind of plan for the future because you never know what's gonna happen. Ultimately, planning is the key. And even with we dealing with this young guy in his situation, even though we dealing with the things on YouTube about people and the way they move in this space, ultimately that guy Paul earlier, he was talking about, situations to where guys have to, sit down and make families. It's frowned upon right now. We have kids having babies. I mean, kids having kids. You have 30-year-old grandma, like 35 and 36-year-old grandmas. You know, they feel as if they're too young. You know, you got people that don't want to be old, want to be called old. I tell my friends, I'm 38, man. When somebody call me pops or something like that, or old guy, I'm cool with that. I don't have a problem with that because it shows that I'm getting into the age of wisdom where I have to start giving more knowledge and understanding than just spewing a little rhetoric of, having fun and talking junk. Everybody have their fun. We can always have our fun when we can talk and, have our little sayings. But, when these young guys come to us, you know, just like Random Woman was saying on one channel, I mean, one on time on Go Professor, that she was saying that she came into the point of her knowing that she was going to be one of the elders to where she had to start moving and doing things a certain way. And, pretty much, I just want to lace this a little bit right quick, get some things out, just do a more of a brief talk. And we're going to try to do this again tomorrow because, like I said, I want to start pushing more information in this channel, man, because, I mean, in this space, because a lot of stuff I don't agree with a lot of guys that push narratives. And, more or less, I'm going to start shaming guys and actually dealing with guys that are kind of producing more of content, man, because that's what this space needs. Somebody that's giving information. We can kind of go and have fun, go to the neighborhood, kick it with the boys. But when it's time to build a community, man, we gotta shut things down. Like I always say, I always talk about the main people. Art, Roger, because it's more or less what he pushes. Anybody can say anything about Roger's channel, but Roger pretty much always pushes about the community. You know, that's the thing with art and style. That's what I like about his channel. You can say anything what you want about art, but art pushes the community. What are we gonna do? Same thing to you, go, Professor. The way you push the behaviors, the attitudes. What are we gonna do? Underrated. There for the men. There for the sports situations in life. You know, that's the whole purpose of the mukbang is to try to get people come in, look at the food, and start a conversation.
Hey,
We're gonna
I'm ready to say he in the back. He backstage.
okay. Yeah, but when it comes down to it, that's what we looking at, man. Trying to, push certain things into this space right now to where we gotta understand, this is the last line of defense. But in most cases, to be honest, a lot of these Z's, I guess, they're starting to give up, you know. And if you don't want to marry out, you can't deal with the people within your race. Then what are you gonna be do? You're forced to stay by yourself. And who's winning when that happens?
Well, um, this is part of the reason why I've constructed or formatted my channel the way I have. Today we just had State Talk Live, right? And when you're able to have a conversation about your travels and push discussion about traveling out, you see that helps you broaden your mindset, your understanding of things, and you learn it broadens your opportunities to learn something outside of where you're at. Because if you stay just in your one place, then you're caging yourself in. You're that canary that's in the cage, and then when the person opens the cage door, you don't fly out. You just stay in the cage. you know you gotta be able to venture out and see things and gain some understanding of what the world really has for you, you know, and then uh, you may be one who meets someone in the world that will bring you life, bring you happiness to a relationship, you know. But if you're just in your um, immediate neighborhood, well, you're just going to see those who are in that immediate neighborhood with you. And then you're going to have a certain mindset. You're going to have that mindset like, this is what it is. There's nothing else. I don't believe I can do anything else. You're going to take on that mindset. You know, we also speak about reading. When you read, you learn what is out there and add pictures to your mind. You add words, and words build sentences, and sentences build paragraphs. Paragraphs develop into essays, full-blown essays, and then you have books. And this is information for you to grow on, to better what? Your personal being, your knowledge about things. Okay. And then we talk about your health. We have that health talk live. See, these all involve relationship, man. you know, this involves relation. I mean, think about it. You know, when you are up in age and um, you're a little bit older now, you move a little slower. But if you've been taking care of yourself to the best of your ability, then it is not as complicated. It is not as hard as it would have been if you hadn't been thinking about your health and taking care. I like that you talk about life insurance and things. That is important, yes. But I address why we're here. You know, I talk about why we're here. And while we're here, it makes sense to me to travel, read, learn something, and take care of your health. Everything else, that those are additives. The main thing in our lives is to travel, to broaden your mindset, to broaden your whole being, experience something out in the world. The world, I maintain the world is bigger than your neighborhood. Read, read something, learn something, and that will build more words. You know, they say a woman has 4,000 words in her vocabulary, speaks, and the guy has half of that. We just don't speak as much as a woman does. But when you broaden your reading, you learn more, right? Then your conversation becomes more weighted. You're able to speak to different things. You become more interesting versus just regurgitating the same old words. You see, and then when you're taking care of your health, well, uh, it isn't only for people to um, it isn't only for people to see other people, but it's for you. Is when people see you and they say, "Oh, that person is taking care of themselves. That person is doing all right. They doing their best they can." Okay, there's an appreciation for that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there is a appreciation for people who work towards taking care of themselves. That your health is your wealth. I mean, we know the saying. So uh, this is how I've formatted my channel, and those things speak to our behavior. My channel is about our behavior, and we have to be able to recognize it, and decide either we're going to better ourselves, better our behaviors, enact behaviors that cater to the betterment of ourselves, our being, or you're not. There's no middle. Either your math is right or it's not. That's how it goes. I want to say peace to Third Ward. Peace, brother. Peace to Green Machine as well. Peace to Green Machine. And Raining Woman. Peace to, peace to you, Raining Woman. Yeah. Where she go? He there? All right. Underrated. I know you have words to build on.
Okay, thank you, man. That's took the words out of my mouth again. I would say it is a piece of third world, piece to Green Machine. I want y'all to go check out their channel on Third World. I forgot this what's the name of his channel again? Their channel is fourth.
I think it's
For
fourth
no,
No,
quarter,
it's not for a quarter. No.
4 point or something like that. I
I,
I know I'm subscribed to him.
Like I was saying, I want y'all to
no, I'm
go.
bad with names.
Yeah, I want y'all to go. Maybe I want y'all to go subscribe to their channel. Excellent channel. Shout out to you, Third World,
Dang, I jumped out.
Colombia.
That's Third Ward. Third Ward.
Yeah,
Third
Third
Ward.
World. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
Colombian. But I would say this that everything with to Rashid and the brother and Go Professor was saying, they all on point. But tomorrow I'm gonna do tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna talk about health that deals with that we fail to talk about it with the kids, with the elderly, and with the disability. And I want you to go check that out because it's time that I talk about different things. I'm gonna have a lot of things that I'm gonna bring to the table tomorrow. So I will post that up in the first thing in the morning or maybe towards afternoon. But I would say this that the information that Rashid provided on his channel, and I'm talking about especially us as black men, we need to support it. We need to support Go Professor and including me and the ones in the chat. We have to have a space that we're going to talk about ourselves without being getting criticized or without saying that you're not a man because you're hurting or you move on from being hurt anymore. See, when we talk about hurt, we impacting other brothers that they could identify it and they could have a better tomorrow. A better tomorrow. Just listen to that, y'all. A better tomorrow. See, there are brothers that that 50, over 50 going to 40s and 30s, they feel that they've been around certain horizons that make them experts. But like I said a few minutes ago, when you deal with life experience, it's a marathon, not a 50-yard dash, not a 100-yard dash. It's a marathon. It's the eternal growth. That's why I respect so much Brother Sirism, Macosphere, you know, diverse. You know, and I want to thank him so much to get brothers like me and others to talk, to bring their form, and to understand that we could build with, with each other. And I want to thank you, Sirism. I want to thank Go Professor, and I want to thank Brother Sheed. I want to thank um Brother Art Nusa. I forgot. I can't leave him. I want to thank Cool Gents 87 and there's
Yeah,
other brothers that yeah, I gotta give Cool Gent because he doing his thing. I want to
yeah,
thank them to give me the platform, to give me the time to talk on your platform. To bring the number one grinder, to give you that truth, to give you my life experience, that hopefully that you could learn and be inspired at, and because I understand, because I you know what I'm saying I ain't going out for the numbers. To me, it's all about saving people's lives, saving brothers' lives. Do whatever I can to keep the family together. To keep on preaching about the black man, the black woman. We gotta stick together and have families, have nurtured families. Black man, stand up, Keep on standing up against this system of things that is keep on hurting us in all levels. We got to develop armies. We got to develop a spiritual army. We got to also within that we got to develop a social army, then also a cultural army, especially us as brothers. It doesn't make a difference what ways of life that you come from, because the onslaught is coming. Much understand the onslaught is coming, and like I say, before we don't do it now, we're gonna create our own genocide of our family, especially the brotherhoods, the black man. And I'm gonna fall back on that. Appreciate that.
So, you know, with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and leave. But before I do, I want to go ahead and put underrated channel at the bottom. And once I finish putting in your channel, then we're gonna go ahead and
Okay.
in this space, trying to, as a gold professor, to promote a lot of guys in this space, man. You know, give guys some recognition, man. I'm talking about good content creators, you know, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop a arts page on another one too as well. But you know, a lot of guys don't understand. There's
What you were saying, Rashid? Can't hear you. Oops.
like I said, man, you know, even with the space,
You're black, brother.
can you hear me, JT?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, yeah. Um, that was my camera on because my mic was down. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and end the stream, man. I just wanted to get you guys up here, get you guys sightseeing to where even if somebody come back later on, they can actually go through and look at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and step down and get you guys in the morning, man.
All right, man. Peace out. Peace to
All right.
everybody. All right.
Yep.